It's not the fall that changes your life, it's what happens after. The broken hip. The hospital bed. The slow, painful recovery, if recovery even comes at all. And here's the terrifying part. Most seniors don't fall because they're weak, they fall because they've been doing the wrong exercises for years. Exercises that silently chip away at your balance, your coordination, your confidence to move freely. Exercises you were told were safe. But they're not. They're the reason so many strong, independent seniors suddenly find themselves afraid to walk across a room without holding on to furniture. You could be doing one of them right now, and not even know the damage it's doing. And by the time the warning signs show up, the little wobbles, the near misses, the strange fatigue, it might already be too late to reverse the damage. Because once you fall, nothing is the same. But here's the thing. What if I told you that there are seniors in their late 70s and 80s who have better balance today than they did 30 years ago? Not because they're lucky. Not because they avoided aging. But because they learned what to avoid, and what to do instead. And the best part? They're not pushing harder, they're just moving smarter. And you can too, once you know what those 7 balance-killing exercises are, and what to replace them with. Now, here's the part no one tells you. More than 90% of seniors are never warned about these exercises. Because most doctors, even trainers, are still working off outdated advice that doesn't account for the unique changes your body goes through after 60. But new research from top physical therapy schools is changing everything. And today, right here on Thriving Age Tip, you're going to learn what they won't tell you in most senior fitness classes. Let's get started, because your balance, your freedom, and your independence depend on it. Alright. Let's break it down. These are the 7 exercises that could be secretly stealing your balance, one movement at a time. They might seem harmless, some are even considered classic, but if you're over 60, they can quickly become dangerous if you're not careful. Let's start with number 7. Number 7, standing toe touches. You've seen them in warm-ups, maybe even done them for years. Bend at the waist, reach down to touch your toes. Sounds simple, right? But here's what actually happens. When you bend forward like that, especially without bending your knees, you shift your entire body weight forward. And in seniors, that forward pull is often too much for your stabilizing muscles to manage safely. The back of your legs tighten, your head dips, your vision changes, and before you know it, you're off balance. Plus, this move strains the lower back, especially if your spine isn't as flexible as it used to be. One sudden wobble, one wrong shift, and you're going down hard. A better choice? Try seated hamstring stretches instead. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, extend one leg out straight, heel on the floor, and gently lean forward from the hips, keeping your back flat. It's safer, it's more controlled, and it still loosens the back of your legs without throwing off your balance. Number 6, overhead dumbbell press, standing. You've probably seen this in a gym or a fitness class, holding weights and pressing them above your head while standing tall. Now, here's why that can be risky. When you lift weights overhead, your blood pressure can spike, especially if you're holding your breath or using heavy resistance. That can lead to dizziness or even fainting. But there's more. Lifting weight overhead while standing challenges your core and balance system all at once, not a good combo if your ankles, knees, or hips are already a bit unsteady. You might feel fine during the first rep. But on the 3rd or 4th, that subtle shift in stability can lead to a sudden stumble, especially if you're near furniture or uneven flooring. So what's the smarter alternative? Switch to seated resistance band presses. Sit in a solid chair with back support, loop a resistance band under your thighs or behind the chair, and press upward slowly. This keeps your body grounded, takes pressure off your joints, and still gives you all the upper body strength benefits, without the risk of losing balance. It's simple. It's safe. And most importantly, it works. Ready to keep going? Because this next one might surprise you. It's something many seniors do as part of their daily warm-up, or even walking routines, and it feels helpful, but it's quietly working against your sense of stability. Let's talk about it in the next section. Number 5, high knee marches, without support. Now this one might seem innocent, after all, it's just marching in place, right? But don't let that simplicity fool you. When you lift your knees high while standing still, your center of gravity shifts dramatically. And if your vision isn't perfect, or if your inner ear, your vestibular system, is even slightly impaired, you could lose your balance in an instant. Your body needs time to react to each step. But during high knee marches, there's zero room for error. One awkward lift, one moment of dizziness, and suddenly you're reaching for something to grab that isn't there. It's even riskier if you're doing it on a smooth floor, without shoes that grip, or near furniture edges. The danger? A simple warm-up could turn into a dangerous fall before you even start your workout. So, what's the safe way to do it? Use a stable chair or stand near a wall. Hold it lightly with one hand, and then march slowly, lifting each knee just high enough to feel engaged, but not high enough to throw you off balance. This still gets your hips moving, activates your core, and warms you up properly, without putting you at risk. Stability first, always. Number 4, lunge exercises. Lunges are often praised as a great lower body workout. But for many older adults, they're a ticking time bomb. Why? Because lunges require split leg balance, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, with uneven weight distribution. That position puts tremendous strain on the knees, hips, and ankles, all while your upper body fights to stay upright. And here's what makes it worse. Most lunges happen on one leg at a time, which means if that leg wobbles, even slightly, your entire posture shifts. Now imagine that with aging joints, slower reflexes, and reduced proprioception, the sense of where your body is in space. The result? A sudden loss of control, a twist, a slip, and potentially a very serious fall. And yet, many fitness programs still recommend lunges for leg strength. But here's the truth. There's a safer, smarter alternative that gives you all the benefits, without the risk. 2 words, step-ups, but with a handrail. Find a sturdy step, no higher than 6 inches. Hold on to a rail or countertop, and slowly step up with one foot, then the other, and back down. It trains your leg muscles, activates your balance systems, and builds real-world strength, the kind you use to climb stairs or get out of a car. And if you want to push just a little more, try gentle split squats, with your hand on a countertop for support. It mimics the motion of lunges, but keeps you grounded and safe. Remember, it's not about doing what looks impressive. It's about doing what protects your balance, so you stay independent, confident, and mobile for years to come. Let's keep going, because the next one, number 3, is one of the most misunderstood exercises of all. You might be doing it every week, thinking it's helping your heart. But it could be quietly working against your stability, especially if you're doing it the way most people do. We'll talk about that next. Number 3, Bosu ball or balance board workouts. You've probably seen them at the gym or on TV. Those half-dome balls, or narrow boards that wobble when you stand on them, all marketed as the ultimate tools for balance training. Here's the myth. People say, if I can stay upright on this unstable surface, I'll be better on regular ground. Sounds logical, but for seniors, that logic is flat-out dangerous. Because here's the truth. If your balance is already compromised, and for most people over 60, it is, standing on something unstable doesn't train your body to adapt. It just overwhelms your system. Your joints stiffen. Your muscles fire in panic mode. And instead of improving your coordination, your body just braces for survival. And in that moment, one tiny misstep can send you flying sideways. In fact, falls from balance boards are one of the top reasons older adults leave balance classes, feeling more fearful than confident. Balance training should feel challenging but achievable, not like walking a tightrope blindfolded. So here's the safer, smarter option. Heel-to-toe walking. Sounds simple, but it's powerful. Start by walking along a hallway or countertop, placing one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching toe, like you're walking on a line. Keep a hand lightly on the wall if needed. Or try a tandem stance, standing still, one foot in front of the other, holding it for 30 seconds. This mimics the challenge of uneven terrain, without throwing your whole system into panic. You'll be surprised how quickly your coordination improves, without ever needing a fancy piece of equipment. Now, let's talk about one that's probably the most common, and the most overlooked. It's something found in almost every gym, senior center, and home exercise room. But when used the wrong way, it leads to thousands of emergency room visits every single year. Number 2, treadmill running or fast walking, without rails. Now don't get me wrong, walking is one of the best things you can do for your body. But a treadmill, especially at high speed or incline, creates a unique set of risks for older adults. Unlike walking outside, where you control your pace, the treadmill controls you. The belt moves whether you're ready or not. And if your foot placement is off by even an inch, if you look away for just a second, you're already falling. And without rails to grab, that fall can be fast, hard, and unforgiving. We're talking wrist fractures, hip breaks, concussions, even worse. Hospitals report thousands of treadmill-related injuries in older adults every year. And the saddest part? Many of those accidents happen to people who were just trying to stay healthy. So what's the better way? Skip the machine altogether. Try indoor walking laps in a safe, uncluttered space, like around your kitchen island, down the hallway, or at a local mall during off hours. And if you're going outside, use Nordic walking poles. These aren't just for hikers, they're a secret weapon for seniors. They engage your upper body, protect your joints, and give you 2 extra points of balance, like having a portable railing everywhere you go. You'll feel steadier, move more confidently, and walk farther than you thought possible, without the fear of sudden stumbles or belt slips. Remember, walking is about rhythm, not speed. And when you remove the fear of falling, you'll actually move more, not less. And now, we're down to the final one. The number 1 exercise that's secretly destroying balance in seniors. It's the one that hides in plain sight, often disguised as easy or good for posture. But the truth is, it may be quietly setting you up for your next fall. Let's uncover it, next. Number 1. Sit UPS and crunches, especially on the floor. And here we are, the one that tops the list. You've seen it in magazines. You've probably been told it strengthens your core. And maybe once upon a time, you even did them with ease. But sit-ups and crunches, especially on the floor, are one of the most deceptive exercises out there for older adults. Let me tell you why. First off, getting down onto the floor is hard enough for many seniors. But the real danger? Getting back up. As we age, our joints stiffen. Our core weakens. And a movement that used to take 3 seconds, suddenly turns into a struggle that risks a pulled muscle, a dizzy spell, or worse, a fall. But that's not the only issue. Crunches force your neck and spine into a rounded, compressed position, especially if you're pulling on your head to help yourself up. Over time, this can lead to chronic back pain, disc pressure, even nerve pinching, all in the name of a stronger stomach. And here's the part no one talks about. You don't need to lie on the ground, or crunch your spine like an accordion, to strengthen your core. In fact, there's a far safer, more functional way to train your abs, one that actually helps your balance, posture, and daily movement. It's called a seated abdominal squeeze. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground, hands on your thighs or lightly holding the sides. Now, imagine pulling your belly button gently toward your spine. Hold that tension for 5 to 10 seconds, then release. Repeat. That's it. You're engaging your deep abdominal muscles, the ones that stabilize your spine and prevent falls, without stressing your neck or back. Want to take it further? Add posture alignment work. Just sitting tall with your shoulders back, your chest lifted, and your chin level, that alone activates your core and improves your balance in real time. It may not look flashy, but these small, subtle movements, they train the muscles that keep you upright when stepping off a curb or catching yourself from a stumble. And isn't that the real goal? Not just to look stronger, but to feel safer, move better, and live longer, independently. So, let's bring it all together. You've just taken in something most seniors are never told, that certain common exercises, the ones often promoted as healthy or normal, may actually be working against you. They're not just tiring. They're not just difficult. They're quietly undermining your balance, your stability, and in many cases, your independence. But here's the powerful truth. You don't need to overhaul your entire routine overnight. You don't have to give up on movement or fear exercise completely. What you can do, starting today, is make one smart shift. Maybe that means swapping floor sit-ups for a simple seated core squeeze. Maybe you skip that treadmill session and walk your hallway instead. Or maybe you stop pushing through painful lunges and choose gentle step-ups with support. Whatever it is, one small decision today could save you from one big fall tomorrow. That's how change begins, with one mindful choice. And over time, those choices add up. They build strength you can trust. They rebuild confidence in your body. They help you feel steadier when you get out of bed, safer when you walk across the kitchen, more relaxed when you're shopping, gardening, or just living. So if you want to stay upright, independent, and age with confidence, start by removing just one of these risky movements from your routine. Because when it comes to your balance, your body, and your future, even small changes can protect your freedom for years to come. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most, and doing it right for you. Now I want to ask you something. Which one of these exercises surprised you the most? Was it the treadmill? The balance board? Maybe it was those floor crunches we've all been told are essential. Whatever it was, just take a moment, and really think about it. Because this isn't just about exercises. This is about your life. Your freedom. Your ability to move without fear, to stand with confidence, to keep doing the things you love, on your own terms. And here's another question that's just as important. Do you know someone, a friend, a partner, maybe someone at your fitness class, who's still doing one of these exercises without realizing the risk? They might think they're doing the right thing. They might even be proud of how hard they're working. But sometimes, working hard isn't the same as working smart. So share this video with them. You could be the reason they avoid a painful fall, or the reason they finally feel safe in their own body again. And while you're here, let us know in the comments. Where are you watching from? Which tip hit home for you the most? What would you like help with next? Strength? Energy? Joint pain? Balance, confidence? We read every single comment. This isn't just a channel, it's a family. A community of people who believe that growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means growing wiser. Growing smarter. And growing stronger in the ways that matter most. And if you felt that today, even a little, do us a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Thriving Age Tips so you never miss a moment that could change your day, or your health. And click the bell, because the next tip might be the one your body's been waiting for. Remember, aging is inevitable. But decline? That's optional. You've got more power than you think. Stay safe. Stay steady. And keep thriving, one step at a time. We'll see you in the next one.